After seemingly endless months of cancelled and postponed events, life has almost returned to normal. Theatres, cinemas and museums are throwing their doors wide open and catwalk shows are back. At Dior, British creative director Kim Jones has come up with a collaboration with US rapper Travis Scott. For this year's summer 2022 menswear collection, the decor is arid, but the atmosphere is festive.
Life is getting back to normal, here but also in bars and music venues and cinemas.
It is such a reunion to come back and to be amongst a fantasy. I love fashion as a fantasy.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to start touring again. It just feels so great to be able to be together again, and fingers crossed it continues like this.
Against a backdrop of giant mushrooms and fantastical flowers, models wore structured pieces, including shirts hand-painted by New Yorker George Condo.
Joeone is Kim Jones. It's sort of an English touch within French fashion. And it's well done. He always does great collaborations. I really like his clothes. He does interesting things with different materials. He's an interesting character who's constantly evolving.
I like designers who get people's heart rates up, and I really think that desire is something that motivates him. I like seeing the models go down the runway that calmly, so sure of their silhouettes. And that makes you want to go out in the streets of Paris looking like that. If the world stopped dreaming, at least we can offer up some fantasy in the clothes we wear.
Fantasy, eccentricity and passion are key to successful fashion. Young designer Anthony Alvarez loves extreme sports, is proud of his Filipino heritage, and believes that freedom to explore also needs to extend to the world of the imagination.
It's really important to push everyone to travel, not just geographically, but also in their thoughts. To be open-minded, that's what I'm really aiming for each season. I want to help people discover new cultures, new journeys, and you do that through positivity, optimism, the idea that you really should celebrate individuality. Every season we develop new prints in-house, and they're really colourful. That's something that's really important to me. This season we have yellow, blue, orange, rainbow hues as well. Those are the colours that inspire me. For me, this season is an adventure to a paradise island in the Philippines. That's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to push myself to dream. Because there's been a lot of frustration recently, what with not being able to go see each other, to go out, to travel. So that's what I was trying to do with this collection.
The lure of travel infused a number of offerings this year. As well as presenting a collection under his own name, Parisian designer Louis-Gabriel Nouchi has been heading up design at Chinese label Joeone. His inspiration, the Silk Road, rendered in toile de Jouy textiles.
It's a way to talk about connections, travel, something positive given the times we've lived through recently. A way of saying we're finally allowed to see each other again, that there will be loads of new exchanges between China, Europe and the rest of the world. And maybe we'll be able to travel freely again soon too.
Travel, presumably in trousers, the label's flagship product.
All the silhouettes were created around the trousers. We went with a sort of sailor look within a framework that references the Silk Road. All those drop front trousers, those short tops, which help create quite boxy and quite modern silhouettes that really show off the body. Trousers are also the most difficult to produce, technically speaking, and people don't necessarily realise that. A lot of work goes into making a jacket, but you can really convey attitude with a pair of trousers.
Elsewhere, some were prompted to take stock of the state of the world. To mark the 18th birthday of her label, Andrea Cruz, queen of upcycling Maroussia Rebecq, presened a film.
There are 18 young people who represent Andrea Cruz. So we made a film that speaks in the first person. I'm Andrea Cruz, and this is my take of the world today, and my take on fashion today.
As for the aesthetics, it's very pared back. Think jeans and t-shirts.
We customized our jeans with utopian, political messages. that speak about the world of tomorrow. And we ripped our t-shirts to express our energy and our desire to create. The way these products are made, and the energy and pleasure we pour into them, give each piece a sort of soul. I think that consumers today realize that's something very important. We made these jeans with the same philosophy that's behind the fashion revolution, which is a movement all about eco-responsible fashion around the world. We dream of a better world. So we've just used prints that show the planet, female politicians, and we also made jeans that are a bit sexy. Just like you hold messages aloft during protests, we wear our messages on our jeans.
Whether it's denim, toile, linen or silk, the important thing next summer isn't the material, but the message.